Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahshua by Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Can push this truth throughout the four winds. Okay. As you can see, the video is entitled "Offenses Are Required." Okay. The reason why offenses are required is something that goes against what's the status quo is. Okay, so what the world believes is the status quo. When you say something to people and the majority of people gets offended at it, but these things are required when you're speaking truth. Okay, this is Romans 5, and I'm going to start at 12. It says, "Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned." Okay. So this is 2nd Ezra 7:48. It says, "O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come after thee." Okay, so Adam's sin didn't just break himself, it broke everyone of the chosen people. Okay, because death came with it, with sin and all those things. So we're going to go to verse 13. It says, "For until the law, sin was in the world." Now you go to that word world, it means cosmos. And this is the nation of Israel. Okay? This is the chosen nation of the Most High. It says an apt and a harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, government. Okay? Ornament, decoration, adornment. This all ties to a people. It's not the whole entire world. Okay, so that's why sin fell upon these people, and it spoke to Adam because Adam had the breath of life breathe inside of him. So he was like a man quickened. That means he was awake. Okay, it says, "But sin is not imputed when there is no law." So you have to have a law, because that's what sin is. Sin is when you break that law and you go against it. Okay? So all these things had to take place. It just had to happen to the nation of Israel. All right? Verse 14. "Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses." Notice, Adam to Moses. Now, these are chosen lines. It didn't say the whole world, even though like everybody else in the world, they had people that died. Okay, that's understood, but it gave them specifically because these were chosen lineages of the nation of Israel, chosen people. Okay, even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. Okay, Adam was the figure of him to come. He was the first, and he was going to be the last. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians 15:44. "It was sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. Okay? And the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. You know what this means? When you see Adam, Adam was a carnal man. But when he was reincarnated and he came back in the end, he came back and he was a man walking in the spirit. And that spirit was Yahweh Shai. Okay? He was a man living in the spirit. That's why when he walked in the manner of perfection. All right? Basically, everything was allowed to get right. Okay? He was able to get right. For the wrong that was committed when he broke the law, statutes, and commandments, when the Lord made him awaken to what was going on. He was awake. Okay? So, the last man, Adam, was a quickening spirit. Quicken is to awake. Okay? So he was a spirit that was awake, so he kept the laws perfectly. Okay? 46. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual. Adam wasn't spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. So he in the beginning he was natural, and after that he became spiritual. Okay? The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is of the Lord from heaven. Okay, that's the Son. Okay? Came down both times. As is the earthly, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. So you have men on this planet right now that are carnal, and you have men that are spiritual. You have far more carnal, but you have spiritual. And the thing is, Yahweh Shai gave off how we would be the same way he was. Okay? It's like this. When we first, when we were born, and we didn't know anything, we were basically Adam. Okay? But when he shined that light on us and we became spiritual men, or a quickening spirit, we became like Yahweh Shai. That's how he gave his spirit to us. Okay? But it's something that had to take place before this happened. Okay? Verse 15. But not as the offense, so also is the free gift. For if through the offense of one many be dead, much more the grace of the Most High and the gift by grace, which is by one man, Yahushua Mashiach, hath abound unto many. So, that gift of his life, and this is Matthew 18:7. Woe unto the world because of offenses. For it must needs be that offenses come. But woe to that man by whom that offense cometh. So these scriptures tell you if you're basically Adam, or if you're in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because if you're in the spirit of Adam, you're going to be offended by the truth. Okay? If this makes sense. You're going to be offended by the truth if you're in the carnal. If you're like Adam. That's why it was said that you surely shouldn't eat of this, basically following these, breaking these laws, or you'll be put to death. You're going to die. So that's what would happen. That's what's going to happen to those who these words offend. But the elect men and the chosen that's not ordained to death, they're going to live. Okay, because they're walking. That's why I said make your body a living sacrifice. Guess what? We weren't offended when we heard that. We gave up shrimps oysters, crabs, and things of that nature, because we understood through the Spirit that we had to become spiritual men, abandoning the flesh. The Spirit didn't have it to where we were Adam anymore. Now we're moving like Yahweh Shai. Okay? But what had to get us there was the truth, and it would offend us. Okay? It would offend us. But that offense, when it happened, it turned out to be a beautiful thing. All right? It says, and not as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemnation. Okay? But the free gift is of many offenses unto justification. So these things that are going to happen, they're going to offend, but the thing is, you're going to be justified by taking yourself and lining yourself up in the Spirit to where when you're offended, you change now. Okay? Now you change. Those changes that you make from those offenses, you realize you've actually offended Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai by moving in a manner. So that's when he has that grace and that period of him allowing us to get right. Okay? It says, and that's what makes us justified. That's what justifies us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It says, for if by one man's offense death reigned by one. It says, much more they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So it was one man that was carnal and broke the laws, and it was the reason why we were in this situation. So that one man had to be Yahweh Shai to die for those sins to where we could get it right. Okay? It was just righting the wrong. All right? And it left us with a place to where we wouldn't be basically stuck out without a chance. Okay? So Yahweh Shai, when he was Adam, that's when the fall came. But when he became Yahweh Shai, now he basically cleaned up the mess and got it right. Okay? This is John 1:15. It says, John bare witness of him and cried, saying, this was he whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me, and of his fullness have all we received, and grace for grace. You see that? So grace for grace. He was before me. He was Adam, and he's after me. He's Yahweh Shai. Okay? It says, for the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So that's what happened. The wrong that was committed with Adam, it was just a chance for the same person had to come back and make it right. But the thing that came with that was an offense had to come with it. Because when you first heard the truth, you probably didn't totally agree with it. It offended you. But the Spirit was triggered in you, and it was like, it's actually right. Okay? It's actually right. All right? 18, it says, therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to the condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. So we have a chance now. Grace was shed, truth was shed. Okay, it was brought forth. So by these things being brought forth, we have an opportunity to get these things right now. Okay? It says, for as by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners, so by the disobedience of one shall many be made righteous. Okay? So now it's an opportunity. We can get it right. We're good. Okay? This is Revelation 3:20. It says, behold, I stand at the door. And this is what gives us that chance. Okay? This is that gift. That gift that he said that we would get. Okay? This is it right here. It says right here in 18, it says, even so by the righteousness of one, the free gift came upon all men unto justification unto life. This is the gift right here. Revelation 3:20 and 21, it says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. So what do you think he's knocking for? It says, if any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. That means he's going to be knocking at your door with this present of salvation, a chance to get it right. Okay? When the offense comes, you're going to take it. Okay? You're not going to let him keep knocking at the door to where he turns away. Okay? But it's only to chosen men. Okay? It says, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and sat down with my Father at his throne. So this is just another opportunity, another chance to say, the Lord came as Adam, and that was the beginning of the fall. Okay? And he came back as Yahushua. Now it's redemption. Okay? But all these things had to take place to where that offense came. Okay? That offense had to come. 20. Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound. Now, that law came to where the offense had to take hold. Because when Yahushua died, the doctrine that went out, it was actually truth. So now that you follow the law, that offense, it actually makes everything, it lines everything up. You got punished for breaking the law. Now you're going to be justified for keeping the law. Okay? It makes perfect sense. It says, grace did much more abound. It says, but where sin abounded, grace did much more abound. That as sin hath reigned unto death, even so might grace reign through righteousness unto eternal life by Yahushua HaMashiach our Lord. Okay? So a lot of people, when they sin, were put to death. Okay? From our nation, because we all fell short and were put to death. But now, we're all going to be what? Vice versa. Even though 2/3 are going to get it on this side, in the kingdom, they're going to be basically brought back through the men that were chosen to be the first fruits. Okay? And this is Proverbs 6:23. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. And that's what Yahushua was, or is. And reproofs of instructions are the way of life. So these things, when he knock at that door, all he's giving now is instructions. It offends some people when they have to follow instructions because you want to do your own will. So therefore, it offends you. But if you understand and take that offense in the other way, to where it's like, I need to do this. Okay? Because there's only two options. Either you get down or you lay down. All right? It says to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Okay? Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. That's the ways of America. Okay? America is Babylon. This is that whore. Don't be taken by what looks comes from this place. Okay? It looks enticing. It might have a feel to it. But ultimately, it's death. Okay? So making this change and this transformation is the best thing you can do. All right? It's the best thing you can do. You're going to be offended, but that's going to change you into doing what's right to where salvation comes. Okay? So some people are going to be offended to where they buck up against you, and some people are going to be offended and realize that's actually what I need to be doing. Okay? But offenses are required to get it right. Okay, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshai by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostle Nel's great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to Yakim, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Till next time, Shalom.